If you were around to watch the original Summit Series, you have your own answer to the question, where were you in '72? Now, 42 years later, members of Team Canada are in St. Catharines to ensure that their legend becomes a legacy.
29 of the 35 players of Team Canada '72 played at least one game in the Garden City Arena. And I believe it was 6 of them played for St. Catharines itself and another 3 for Niagara Falls. So in a way, coming back here to St. Catharines is coming home for a lot of these guys. One of the things that the team has done is that we've had a limited number of these exact copies of the sweaters that the guys wore in '72. The original design came out of Niagara region, and so we've had these sweaters handmade here in the Niagara region. I believe it's in Welland. And that's going to be to help raise funds. The Niagara Children's Center and their foundation is our charity of choice for this particular event.
Peter, tell me about 28,800.
It's a legacy project. It's to kind of reintroduce the team for a lot of Canadians that don't know them, bring them back to the national dialogue. Primarily, it's an educational venture, in as much as the team wants to take a lot of the lessons that they learned from their Summit Series experience and be able to parlay that into teaching younger kids on and off the ice in Canada. Essentially, the core of it is the power of teamwork, what can be achieved through teamwork, and what it takes to be a true and successful team.
The Summit Series was more than just 8 hockey games. There were political ramifications, national pride on the line. Did you guys really understand that going into Game 1?
I think national pride was what we played across Canada, and you know, we were caught by surprise, and I mean, they're great hockey players. It really didn't get political till we got to Moscow, and then you could feel the undertones, see the undertones, you know, have to deal with the undertones. So that made it even more difficult, you know, and probably made us more determined.
So many Canadians know exactly where they were when this series was on. They can probably tell you exactly where they watched the games and how time basically stopped. Everything just stopped to sit down and watch those games.
Yeah, I mean, we were getting feedback in Moscow. We were getting thousands and thousands of telegrams, you know, from the Canadian people. We didn't realize how big an event it was, you know, until after the 8th game, and they told us that the entire country had shut down.
Having this event here in St. Catharines must mean something to you, Dennis, with your background with this city?
Well, it does. Of course, I played for the TPs and the Junior Blackhawks, and went to Brock University and taught at Ridley College, so this is home for me.
What was it like playing in St. Catharines back then?
It was fabulous. It was sold out every night, and got to play with some great players, Fred Stanfield and Doug Jarrett and Roger Crozier.
Tell me about Team Canada '72 and your experience with that team.
It was a highlight of my hockey career, and Vic Hatfield decided to go home, and I got a chance to play with Roger Aubert and John Rattel, and it was a thrill beyond belief.
How important was Harry's role on this team?
Big, very big. He was the glue that kept us together, and along with Phil Esposito, our leader, and Paul Henderson with his timely goals, it was perfect.
Why do you think that there's such a lasting legacy for something that happened 42 years ago?
Well, I wished I could answer that. I ask that question all the time, and this team I know was, you know, team of the century in Canada. Playing in Philadelphia, we never got how the magnitude in Canada of what that series meant, and obviously over the years I understand it a lot better now, but it's phenomenal.
Do you think it's possible we'll ever see something this important in the hockey world again?
I don't know how it could be put together now. It's a world league now. Players from all over come to the NHL. I don't think you'd ever see anything quite like this again.
Some of the proceeds from the sale of the Team Canada '72 jerseys will go to support the Niagara Children's Center. Reporting for The Source in St. Catharines, I'm Mike Balsom.